everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Face Mask Friday. So today I am going to use this Pharmacy. I was sent this in a box swap by the lovely Senia when we did our American UK box swap. So this is a Honey Potion Renewing Antioxidant Hydration Mask. This is what my skin's looking like just now. It's been particularly dry on my forehead. I look like shit. I feel like shit. It just, yeah. That's the way things are just now. So this says, with echinacea, green envy, honey. And it says, this warming mask, delivered fresh. I'm reading it from the back. This warming massage mask nourishes and revitalizes the skin for a glowing, smooth complexion. And then it says, so they said, first cleanse and tone the skin. Well, I haven't done that, but anyway, we're putting it on. First cleanse and tone the skin, then use the spatula, but I don't have a spatula, so it must be for when you've got the pot. Scoop the mask and spread a thick layer gently across the face from forehead to chin, avoiding direct contact with the eye and lip areas. Forehead to chin, so just here. Is that the only place we're putting it? I'm putting it all over my face. Massage for 1 to 2 minutes while it warms and transforms into a white cream. Leave on for 10 to 15 minutes, then rinse off. So I've got my kitchen timer and I'm going to apply this onto my face and we will see how we get on. And as I say, I obviously don't have a spatula. Fuck, it is thick, isn't it? It develops a white cream. Okay. Oh, it's so gooey. I haven't used a mask that's heating, that heats up. Ugh, it's literally like so gross to put on because it's in a sachet. So I guess like the big pot comes with a spatula, which is obviously a lot better. I feel like I'm going to get it in my eyes, putting it on my forehead because it's so thick. You can feel it heating up already. We're just going to get in there and slap it all on because we need as much radiance as humanly possible. Because right, I think we've got as much as we can get out of the sachet. It is so gloopy. Okay, I'm just going to massage this bit in. So it says massage for 1 to 2 minutes until it goes white. So it's gone white. And then the timer for 10 minutes. 10 to 15 minutes. I'll put it for 15. That's the timer set. And then I'm left with this gunky hand. And we'll see how we get on with this. So I've never tried anything from the brand Pharmacy, but if this leaves my skin looking hydrated and a bit glowy, then we will definitely have to consider getting it. I've got tissues up here somewhere. Let's have a tissue. It's such, oh, I just eaten a bit there. It's such a vile day. It really is today. It's not nice at all. So, what are we going to chat about for 15 minutes? Life updates. There's nothing really majorly to update you on. I have not been feeling the best. I think basically what's happening is, truth be known, I'm still grieving for the loss of my dad. He passed away in November, so it's only been about 4 months. And obviously I found him in his bed before I went to work. So that's quite a image to be stuck with. And basically since that day, I've had a funeral to plan. I've had personal effects of his to sort. I had his room to get cleared out. Just trying to get my house back in order because I lived with my dad. I put my name on the tenancy. So I lived with my dad, trying to decorate it and get it all sorted. Then all his stuff, his furniture and things were removed, and his room is a complete riot because it's just so damp and just awful. And yeah, within the past wee while, it's literally just hit me like a ton of bricks. As you'll have seen from one of my face mask videos a few weeks ago, and I'll leave a link to it in the iCard, my friend Emily came up from York. She's my best friend. She's like family, she's like a sister. And we had a really nice time together, and you know, we chatted and what have you. And she lost her stepdad in August last year as well. Plus my other 2 good friends, they lost their dad in August last year too, because he was tragically killed in a car accident. So it was just such a shit year for a lot of people in 2018. And I suppose really, yes, I've thrown myself into stuff. I haven't really, the only time I cried was the day that I found him, because obviously it's a massive shock to find anybody dead anywhere. And I cried at the funeral, but really I haven't, you know, I know he's gone. I know he's not coming back. I know my mum, it'll be 16 years in October since she died of cancer. I know she's not coming back. I know I'm not the only person in the world to have lost someone or both their parents. But I think I've done too much all at once. And even my friend Emily, you know, she phoned me the other day and she was like, you know, she knows me. It just shows you she's such a good friend and she notices things that I don't, and she knows me so well. And she was like, you've been holding it all together so well. And she was like, and even when I was 50 for those few days, I was thinking, God, she's really, you know, holding it together. You know, our kitchen, she's got a new kitchen. She decorated the living room, you know, she's decorated her bathroom. She's been going and being productive and buying stuff. She's going to work, she's coming home, she's filming videos, you know, she's having friends over, you know. Yes, it is in one way, without being mean to my dad, it has, like, I've got my life back, because my dad was a huge, huge factor in my anxiety. Like, he really did make me anxious and feel on edge. He wasn't the easiest man in the world to live with or whatever, but at the end of the day, he was still my dad, and he was still a big part of my life. So I think dealing with a lot of things, I actually haven't been dealing with them, basically, and it's all starting to come to a head. And I've literally just been like, maybe fine one minute, yay, happy-go-lucky, great at painting on a smile, yeah, I'm fine. And because people see me going to work, they see me going on a night out, they see me having friends over, I'm sat here doing my YouTube, because I pre-record as well. I pre-record, like, basically nearly halfway through April, I'm all recorded for already. It's just the way I've always done it. People just think, well, she looks fine. But I'm not afraid to cry in front of people. But just because I'm not crying 24/7 doesn't mean that I am not suffering or I'm not coping. And when I know myself, I have suffered with bouts of depression on and off since the age of 16. I have had counselling to speak to people about depression for different various things. I was off with depression for a month after my mum passed, because again, I didn't give myself time to deal with it. I threw myself back into everything all at once, and then bam, it hit me a few months later. And I was thinking, I'm fine. I've been fine. Surely I should have done all that grieving and stuff, crying, whatever it is then. But I didn't. And then, again, as I say, I got hit with this anxiety disorder, which the doctor diagnosed me with anxiety disorder in 2013. And for me, it came out of nowhere. But other people were saying to me, you've had so much thrown at you in a small space, or over a small space of time, that you've just sort of went, right, okay, this has happened, and carried on. But maybe mentally in here, I haven't properly dealt with it. So basically, Emily was saying to me, she doesn't want to see me take a downward spiral. So she was like, I need to be kind to myself, give myself time and grieve. You know what I mean? Because I really haven't. And after my dad passed and after the funeral, I just went to my partner's for a few weeks, and I didn't come back here to Skye until after the new year. And I went straight back into work, and, you know, I've just been going to work, coming home, painting and decorating in the house, doing this, that and the next thing. I've had friends over, you know, I've gone and did things with my good friend Rona and things like that, and I've been distracting myself, and I still have plenty to distract myself with, and I find YouTube really helps me. I know I'm just sitting talking to a camera, but, you know, I've made really good friends with Linny, and she contacts me most days off YouTube. And even though these people aren't here with me, I can't go and visit them or have a hug or a coffee or whatever. You know, she's in Spain, Cyprus just now, and she messaged me to make sure I was okay. Now that's lovely. She's never met me. Drop Dead Fred, Jill, you know, she's been checking up on me. Charmed Wench, you know, Lottie, just made loads. So I feel like I have company, and I have no problem being on my own. I like living here on my own. I didn't think I would ever say that, but I actually do. I like the fact that I can get up when I want, I can do what I want, I can eat when I want if I don't want to eat. Like, whereas my dad would be like, it's time for dinner, you can't just have that, what are you doing? I'd be filming a YouTube video, he'd walk in, you know, I'd feel on edge. It'd be just like, I don't have that. But because as soon as I come in that door at 4 o'clock, I'm basically on my own. I have a lot of time on my hands, regardless of what I'm doing or when I'm doing it, to think. And it's just definitely built up. So that's really what's going on personally for me just now. I still want to continue with my YouTube. I still want to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark as a personal goal to myself. At the moment, I'm at 928, so it's fantastic. Thanks to all of you who do support my channel. As I say, I know I'm not like some huge YouTuber. I'm probably never going to be. I know that I don't do editing and have all the fancy cameras and poses and what have you. I'm just me, and I put myself out there. It's very frustrating at times because I feel that even YouTube sometimes only caters to the larger YouTubers, which I think is pretty shit, to be fair, because everybody that uploads onto YouTube is taking time out of their life and putting themselves out there. Like, I'm putting myself out there telling you all this stuff. Yes, I'm an oversharer. I always have been. It's just the way I am. So I'd probably overshare even if it wasn't on a YouTube channel. But chatting, ranting, getting it out, crying, it does help me. And as someone said to me yesterday, a good friend, John Urquhart, said to me, the good thing is that I am realising that I'm not coping. I'm not just pushing it to one side and pretending it's not there. I know that something isn't right. I know that I need to seek the help I need to get, and I know that I, for myself, need to do what's right for me, regardless of whether that's, well, I don't know what it is, but you know what I mean. I've got to do what's right for me and try not to feel anxious or thingy about what other people might think or what other people might say or their opinions. I've got to do what is right for me. And you know, like my boyfriend will say to me, I hate the thought of you up there crying, but we're completely different. You know, I'm an open book, he's a bit more closed. But if I have a good cry, I feel better. Like, I spent the past few weekends just crying. I'm not saying to you that I'm miserable 24/7, I'm crying. I'm not. A few weeks ago on my day off, I was up, I was chatting to Jill, and I was like doing this, that and the next thing. And then just all of a sudden, this low mood just totally took over me. And then I was just like, oof. And then I was talking to Bruce, and he was just like, you know, just chatting away to me, and then I was speaking to Emily, and she phoned, and that's when she was saying, she was just like, I know you, Julie, and she was like, you know, you're trying to be strong. She was like, and there's nothing wrong with being strong. She's like, but, you know, you've lost your dad, you've lost a parent, and regardless of how your relationship was with them, you know, you've still lost someone, and you need to give yourself time to grieve. You need to. You've got to do it for yourself. You've got to, you know, grief comes in waves, you know what I mean? Like, it could be years later, you know? And, I mean, even with my anxiety, at that time, I was saying to the doctor, I was like, what is this all about? Why am I suddenly getting this anxiety disorder now? I was like, my mum passed in 2003, and it was 2013. I was like, you know what I mean? I was like, I've mourned the loss of my mum. I was like, I had the depression, I had the counselling, I've had CBT therapy training, counselling with a counsellor when I got diagnosed with the anxiety to try and work through that. I've discussed my relationship with my dad, the feelings that how I felt, that I wanted to be there, that weren't, all these things. And I was just like, why is this happening to me now, years later? And the doctor and the therapist said to me, because that's just the way life goes. You know what I mean? Anxiety disorders, mental health particularly, can hit any single one of us at any single time in our life. That's why the stigma behind mental health is such a big thing. Just because you cannot see it does not mean that it's not happening. It's the same even with some illnesses. Like, I have a hiatus hernia. I was also diagnosed with that at the same time as my anxiety disorder, which the doctor actually thinks was a trigger point for me, and it triggered off because the symptoms of it was making me feel like I was having a heart attack or panic attacks, but it wasn't. So I've learned now that when I get those symptoms, don't panic. That's not what's happening. It's your hernia. But when I am anxious, stressed, down, whatever, not always, but sometimes it really affects my hernia. And sometimes it makes me physically sick. I can't eat because, or I don't want to eat because everything upsets the hernia and things like that. And again, I know myself that some people are like, oh, Julie and her hernia again. But you can't see it. I can't see it, but I can feel it, and I can feel the pain. And it pisses me off that people just think they can be like, oh yeah. Same with, I have pain in my foot. I've been to physio, I've been to the osteopath, I've had x-rays, I've had ultrasounds, everything on them. They say it's not arthritis, they can't see anything particularly wrong apart from my second toe is out of line to my other one. But I get pain in my foot a lot. I had a lumbar puncture because I have raised optic nerves behind my eyes. Right? The hospital in Regmore, which is the main hospital 200 miles away, they keep an eye on my eyes. So they were like, we'd really like you to have a lumbar puncture, you know, just so that we can test the levels and blah, 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 blah. Still don't understand why I had it. And I am so pissed off that I ever did let them do it. Because ever since that day, as soon as they put that needle into my spine, the pain shot down my left leg. And I've had issues ever since. That's the timer. I've had issues ever since with my leg. So I take amitriptyline for the nerve pain for that. So again, that gives me jip. But again, that's not something you can physically see. It's something that I feel. And it just really, that gets me down too. It'd be easier if it was something that you could physically see so that people could be like, right, okay. And living on a small isle, people are very, very narrow-minded here. And that's also something difficult as well. So there's a lot of factors. And because I am genuinely a worrier, I might be trying to deal with one thing, but I'm worrying about everything else at the one time, you know? So, sorry if this is a bit depressing, but that's the reality of what is happening for me right now. There is a silver lining, and I will come out of it, and I know I will. But right now, the best thing I can do for myself is to acknowledge it, which I have, book a doctor's appointment, which I have done, and take it from there. So I'm now going to take you to the bathroom with me, and we're going to rinse this off. So let's go. Once I get up off the floor. Oh goodness. So let's go to the bathroom. And we will rinse this off and we will see if my skin looks any better. So I'm going to pop you up here. Oops. Hopefully the tripod will not fall. And I'm going to take my little miracle cloth thing from Primark. These are great, you should totally get them. I don't want the water to be totally roasting or freezing, it takes a while to come through. I've only had a slice of toast because, you know, I don't want to eat too much with my hair in it either. It makes you feel really weak when it's not thingy as well. Oh, I think I got a little bit in my eye, which is not good. So I'm just going to shut my eyes just now, just till I get it all off. Make sure we've got it all off our skin. And hopefully this is going to, let me just get a towel, give me a boost. And let's have a see, what do we think of my skin? I think it looks quite nice actually. Feels nice, it didn't irritate my skin. The warmingness of it didn't irritate my skin. My skin feels nice and plump. So yeah. Anyway guys, you know what to do. Please give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to share my channel with all that you know. Click the subscribe button, it's absolutely free. And if you're here anyway and you're watching and you're not subscribed, you may as well subscribe. Click the bell button and enter my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. We're slowly getting there. We've got about 70 odd people to join our little family, and I look forward to speaking to you very soon. Take care of yourselves, and if you're feeling anything like I'm feeling, regardless of whether you've lost someone or not, know that you're not alone and make sure you do reach out and get the help. Don't ever feel embarrassed about it. The best thing you can do for yourself is to turn that light on and say, I need help, and go and seek it. Okay, take care. Bye.